This is the part of the journey that we hope doesn't happen, but frequently it does. The wind is howling, the rain is pounding, it's cold, it's dark, and we wonder how we can stay afloat. But hold on a second. If we can hold on just for a few more moments, I think that looks like shelter ahead. Statistics show that the survival rate for small business will decline with each passing year. In year 1, 77%, in year 2, 60%, in year 3, 49%, in year 4, 40%, in year 5, 35%, and by the 6th year, only 31% of you folks will still be in business. Most entrepreneurs make the assumption that they will be successful, that they will grow, and that they will prosper. Indeed, many will provide for an exit plan within their business plan in the event that they are not successful. But few are aware of the analytical skills outlined in this module as to how to turn around your particular enterprise when you hit that turbulence. The decline of a business enterprise can be attributed directly to two factors, internal and external.
Examples of external forces might be economic recession, regulatory actions, changes in consumer behavior, competition, and global issues such as war and unrest. Examples of internal forces might be poor management, rapid expansion, poor marketing, faulty product development, and lack of effective control measures. Some of these shortcomings were in evidence with the BC Fast Ferries project. The good news is that most stats indicate that external factors are rarely responsible for business failure. Most failures are due to poor management, followed by poor marketing and operational management. These internal factors you can undertake remedial action to resolve, which means that you do have some control over your business destiny. Take a moment to consider Benjamin Franklin's prophetic words. How few there are who have the courage enough to own their own faults, or resolution enough to mend them. It is in our nature to avoid facing issues head-on. Rather, we hope they will disappear on their own. It is the manager and owner that must take corrective action at the earliest possible opportunity in order to have the best chance of dealing with the causes of the declining enterprise and the reversing in the trend. This is part of normal management function. However, if management is in denial about the situation or cannot identify the causes of the problem correctly and take the remedial action, then the decline of the business will continue. As the problem worsens, cash flow will become a crisis. Additional signs of decline include loss of valuable personnel, the departure of the CEO, or problems with financing such as a bank refusing to extend credit terms are indicative of this crisis situation. At this point, the chances of salvaging the firm are remote. You will need to act before things get this bad if you're going to turn around your business. Drastic actions such as cutting costs, dramatically improve efficiencies and reduce wasteful expenditures is required. Employees may be laid off and activities reduced. Assets may have to be sold off in order to stem the loss of cash flow. We have all watched with horror Nortel over the past 18 months. In order to avoid such a crisis, you must take a proactive and strategic position in identifying the causes of the problem. It is critical that you recognize the symptoms early and identify the root causes before your business is significantly impacted. Problems of business performance can be grouped into two classifications, strategic and operational. Strategic issues will force you to review the business you are in, assess whether or not your management skills fit the particular business, and whether or not you can successfully compete against others in that business sector. Operational issues deal with the efficiencies in the functional areas of the business to include marketing, human resources, production, finance, and so forth. The key to strategic thinking about turnaround management is in recognizing and accepting the truth. Once the core strategic and operational issues have been identified, you must be prepared to accept the truth. If you are not a good fit within the business, or you do not have the resources and skills to be successful, then you need to change direction. You must examine your niche and possibly revise your overall strategy you have implemented in your current business model. In the end, no measure of operational efficiencies will help you turn around your business if you lack the ability to correct a deficient strategic issue. Stakeholder support is critical in turnaround management. In order to turn a money-losing venture into a money-making enterprise, you need the strength of all your stakeholders, vendors, distribution channels, customers, financial institutions, and so on. You will need to have established a strong and supportive relationship with these stakeholders because they are integral to the success turnaround of your firm. It is your ability to extract concessions from your stakeholders in the short run that will permit you to be profitable in the long run. This is where, in business, the wheat is separated from the chaff, and true leaders rise to the challenge. Let us now hear Charlene Cartenton's story of Star Lake beef.
Most cattle producers do have problems with calves eating dirt. When they eat dirt, well, they're ingesting bacteria and parasites, E. coli, different things in the soil. And by offering this product, they weren't eating the soil. The calves, they're just healthier. When we did realize how it was working, we actually just shared a calving tip in one of the agricultural publications. And from that, people began phoning us and wondering what product it was we were using, and it just kind of started growing from there. Initially, it was just, 15 bags, and then the next year it grew up to like 70, and then the following year it jumped up to like well over 1,500 bags, and we couldn't manage shipping all those bags out because majority of them were going out by mail. So this is a 50-pound bag that we would have to package, address, ship COD, and as well we are cattle producers, and that's a very busy time when you're calving cows. You can't really afford to be away. And what we ended up having to do, I started phoning different feed companies just to try and encourage them to stock this product, that we had sale for it. And now it's grown that we have availability at over 400 dealer locations across Canada.
Developing an exit strategy early on in your business will help you identify the gaps between where you are today and where you want to be when you leave your business. You can then take a look at the factors that contribute to those gaps and what you can do to reduce them. You can consider what symptoms would be evident if your strategies weren't working and your business was starting to fail. You can consider what signs you would expect to see if the business was running well and moving towards your ultimate goals. If you find your business in a state of decline or stagnation, yet you feel you can make a go of it, discuss the situation with your stakeholders. Get as much valid advice as you can, but make sure you have the expertise, piece it all together in a coherent strategy. If you can't, you may find yourself entering into discussions about the possibility of a bankruptcy proposal to your creditors. Your creditors will be given the option to accept some form of long-term repayment at a few cents on the dollar in consideration of them deferring legal action. STM. Is your business in danger of crisis? If so, what are the factors that precipitate the decline? Are the causes of business deterioration external or internal? What are they? Have you developed a turnaround plan for strategic and operational issues? Have you reviewed the situation with your various stakeholders, involved them, and suggest what role they might play in returning your business to profit?